We're going to be going through a really interesting project today that I think everybody's going to be really interested in.
Is it the super collider, the CERN place?
Damn it, Dick.
I had CERN in my session.
You and Dick both did, yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, so
Oh,
this is a source of much controversy and speculation, all kinds of conspiracy theories.
Ah,
So
son of a
it
bitch.
doesn't, yeah, this target doesn't need much of a reveal because so many people know so much about CERN. But we'll just pull up the main goals that are published on their website. You know, at CERN, that their work is supposed to help uncover what the universe is made of and how it works. And they do this providing a unique range of particle accelerator facilities to researchers to advance the boundaries of human knowledge. The remote viewer is to observe and record the main underlying goals and agenda of CERN, and the remote viewer is to observe topics that have been purposely hidden by CERN from reaching public knowledge. So you guys had some interesting data, lots and lots of data that showed you guys were on target. And then there was some data that corroborated that seemed to point towards some nefarious things going on. Yeah, I can't wait to go through you guys' data because there was a lot of people that seem to indicate that there's more buried at CERN than what we are told about. Nice
all right.
work.
Well, this is going to be interesting because we all got some really interesting data. This is
Oh,
going to
I
be
agree. Oh,
good.
why don't you get us started, Dick, and walk us through your sessions on this one?
And then I saw this thing, which was kind of what Nyiam drew. I thought it was like an altar. I saw this circular energetic thing. There's a small secure room with a small number of special people who get a briefing, an explanation. They need badges, they have credentials. It's like a skiff. Someone left this place and shed his identity, turned in his badge, disassociated himself from this. He has highly regarded credentials, but he walks away and goes incognito. Disgust, regret, fear for humanity. He doesn't like it for the sake of humanity. Something goes awry. I see someone's eyes popping out. This was a real spooky visual, almost like a head explosion, gruesome. An experiment goes wrong. So that's my session.
Good stuff,
God,
Dick.
I wish I would have gone tied that. I should have said, well, once I figure out it's CERN, then you're going conscious mind. All that was the raw data as it comes to you as a remote viewer. Like, I don't know what this is, but I know it does this.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, that's nice work. Edward, let's go through yours next.
All right. So the first thing that was happening here was that I was under something was under. And so it's like an area that seems dark, seems humid. I was under, below. It was a multi-layer structure. There was an underground element here. Felt that it was near water, and this area here felt like there was an extension here. Large structure, multiple floors, that kind of thing. But why the need to expand, I pondered, to hold more, to hide more, to facilitate more. Well, facilitate, of these three, facilitate was the most interesting. So what's that about? There's a scientific feel here, like a large facility to hold more equipment and people, like CERN and the Large Hadron Collider. Big ideas and big expansions, like you could have an entire underground city working together. But working towards what, I wonder? This is a place that has symbology on the walls, power symbols and energy symbols. A power generator moving through this. So this is interesting because I just looked this up. I just wanted to look up Zeus and CERN, and I did not know this, but there is a Zeus particle detector
Huh.
that has scientific research that is either done or similar to the Large Hadron Collider. If you look at the magnets for the Large Hadron Collider, that's what they look, that's them. I did not know that, unbeknownst to me. I just literally just looked this up. These are the magnets for the Large Hadron Collider.
Really nice viewing there, Edward.
Yeah, thanks, man. That was another really enjoyable target.
Thank you.
I love the
Derek,
session.
yeah. Derek, let's go through your data.
S2 phonics, highlighted elemental, underground, underneath, mystic, bewildering, high function, magnet, and attraction. I got the name Hammond. I have no idea
So,
Um,
and what I think is interesting, it could be a metaphor, but if you ever watch Stargate SG-1, General Hammond ran the facility underground at Cheyenne Mountain. I don't know.
oh,
That's
interesting.
what I thought of when I saw that, and I can see a parallel if it's a metaphor.
Right. This was really, really bizarre. Like it's part of forgotten tech, something that was lost to time, and maybe we've rediscovered it. But there was a guy being put out on a ramp, and this is that megalithic stone, and the whole thing like pivots around this other stone, goes in underneath, and they're sacrificed. And so these people are dead, and these people are being picked up and hauled away. Workers picking up and dragging bodies, not on rollers, seems magical. Like, no idea. Offering, sacrificial. So that was really bizarre.
That's really interesting. I mean, you get what you get and you put it down, right? They're
Yeah,
definitely
yeah, that's
something
it. That's
goofy
just
over
what it
there.
was.
Yeah, thank you very much. Let's see, Daz.
Okay, interesting stuff so far. This is my ideogram here, and it's showing that there's some, something deep down with land and stuff. And I kept seeing this land interface, but something was down here, down below the surface. It was so moving down below here. Felt like there's an area of interest in the lower ground surface. So I tried to look at what this was. And it's a man-made structure. Um, Felt like it was small or lost in the wider landscape, but it was buried intentionally. So then I asked why, and it was buried for safety reasons and security, and it was all about research. This is an underground or buried man-made structure, and it was tree-like, so it had like roots spreading out from a central trunk here, and these would be like the tunnels. And this is like a side view. It's a natural landscape here with some structures on surface, but the majority of everything that's going on is below the surface here, with lots of tunnels and chambers. So it definitely had a feeling of stored technology or artifacts. It feels hidden, and it felt like you go down a level into these big chambers here, and that's where you'd find the stored artifacts, and they're behind several layers of security. And then I tried drawing it here, and I just kept getting this curved kind of metallic levitating kind of object here. And this is me trying to draw it under this weird covering. But there were also smaller things there as well. Boxes or box-shaped stacked artifacts, and they were like stacked against walls or surfaces. And it almost felt like it was being stored here, like it was like a technology tomb.
Very intriguing, Daz. Very intriguing indeed. Naeem, let's see what you got, man.
And so the first thing I saw here was something like a tower, and it felt like a giving off a broadcast. Felt like it was on an installation, a beacon or a transmission being given off here, like encrypted data. And I was wondering, I was just searching, like, is there some kind of towers like this at CERN? And there's some kind of stuff that got going on there. So that might have been that. That kept catching my attention, kind of like in the distance. I kept seeing this tower. Observations, calculations, and testing, scientific work going on. Even the sense that some people might be under oath, like with the work that they're doing there. And then I saw this kind of spoked feature. Sense was like gravitron or torque forces being used in a test chamber, kind of like a test chamber environment. And that was the end of my paper session. And I did a whiteboard session, and I wish on paper I got a little further, but in there I kind of got more into the sense of like isotopes and combining elements, and even a sense of like maybe radiation. Like, I don't know, maybe they produce radiation when they do some of these experiments.
Thank you, Naeem. We should definitely have that whiteboard session up along with this so that folks can check that out, because it was nice work there.